Hello everyone, this is Sharon from Art Shorts, and I'm starting a YouTube channel on different kinds of mediums of art and the history of these arts. Today we're doing the lowly pencil. The pencil, in its way that it's made now, started out in the 1500s. It is graphite in the center. People think it's lead. It's not. Um, it was some farmer who wanted to draw a building before he made it, created this building, and so he made a pencil by taking two long pieces of wood and grooving out the center and making a long rod of graphite and gluing those two pieces of wood together, and he was able to make a pencil. And then he would take a knife and scrape the wood off at the bottom so that there would be a pointed edge that he could write with. Graphite was found in France, and was a large amount of it underground, and that was the start of many people being able to write and draw. This is the main pencil that people in school, children in school, used to use. Right now, it used to be round, but it's not anymore. It's octagonal because the desks that they used to have were tilted, and that way these pencils did not roll off of the desk. There are 20 different kinds of pencils, that from the hardest pencils to the softest pencils, and you can go get most of them. Um, most of them you can get from Amazon, but the main ones that we use is the number two, and the number 6B. B means black, and the number HB, which is hard black pencil. Today we're using the lowly number 2 pencil, and we're going to draw an apple that I have setting over here. And we'll just get the overhead going here. And I'm going to make your apple. Now, realize that apples aren't exactly round. There's always some part of the apple that is a little wobbly or wonky. And I'm going to put where the apple is attached to the tree, right here. And I'm going to just put a little stem on that. Now this apple has some really pretty red markings. The red seems to come in rows. Some are darker than others. Now when you draw your apple, you don't have to think that it has to be perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect apple. And really, anything that looks totally perfect is not made by man. It's made by machines. I don't think that has very much energy or joy in it. I like to go over my pencil drawings with my fingers. Artists like to get dirty, so I might as well get a little dirty here. Now the apple, you got to figure out where your light is coming from, whether it's coming from the right or the left or behind. And I'm going to have it coming from the left here. And then I'm going to make the shadow underneath the apple. Because if you don't make a shadow or something so that it's sitting on something, it's more than likely look like it's floating around in space. And it's either, and there has to be a shadow. Any light will make shadow on something. And the shadow underneath the apple is really a lot darker, especially right under the apple. And realize that apple also has shadow on it. Now, the apple has places that are lighter. You can see right here there's a place, and right in here. So these places you have to pull out the darkness and make it a little bit light, because that's where the apple shines a bit. I'm using a kneader eraser because you can make it almost be like it will draw with with the eraser, and then you can knead it back into place and have a clean place that you can use as your eraser. Now in the future, I'm going to be using many more mediums and the history of mediums. Um, there's a whole bunch on the history of colors and how they're used and how they're made, and just a whole bunch of stuff of how people react to different colors. So there's your apple. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.